Videos like the one that I'm going to go over with you guys here today is the reason why it is very important for male platforms to continue to persist, so men can have spaces to talk about things that are important to us. As we go off in life, we try to live the most happiest versions of life. Now, within that, selecting a significant other, especially if you marry her and have children with her, will be the most important decision that you will ever make within your life. And cases like this prove it. Introducing or reintroducing Safaree and Mena. Now, they were married for about 2 years. They had children. She divorced him. She wanted custody of the children and then was all over the internet a couple of years ago, hooping and hollering that she was only getting $4,000 a month in child support. Now, that was at a time period that Safaree was making $60,000 a month in monthly reoccurring revenue, while she was only making $40,000 a month. But recently, Safaree has filed a motion for reducing child support because his income is not what it was before. It happens. Now, throughout all of this, Safaree has been accused of being a deadbeat father, which is a strong as well as a serious accusation. And a lot of the internet runs and jumps to support the woman for a variety of different reasons that we won't go over here today. Well, Safaree recently took to his platform to go over his story. So let's get active on this one and watch.
I don't even know where to start. But I'm putting everything out there because the fact that people, even whether you know me or not, there still has to be like a certain level of common sense when it comes to just being a judge of character. And this has nothing to do with TV at all, or none of that. Like this is real life because kids are involved. And this deadbeat narrative, it's like, it's just so jarring to me. It does give me a headache sometimes, but then, I'm pretty good at just brushing things off. But, people who know me, and especially know my situation, they're like, yo, how long are you gonna stay quiet? And I just, I be sparing people. And then at the same time, it's like, yo, it's nobody's business, but I feel like everybody just feels like they know my business. And if it's reported, it's news, and that it's the truth and it's real. But I'm pretty sure that, there's some men out there who could relate to this. And when it comes to being a father in a co-parenting situation where somebody wants to have full control of every single thing and they can't have control, it's just not going to be a easy transition, especially when, the other person is just used to it being one way or very controlling or still wanting the whole family dynamic, and it's not there anymore. But I love my kids. And it's gotten to the point that I have to put myself first because I'm either going to end up in jail or worse, because I'm dealing with someone whose anger management is just non-existent. When I first moved to Florida, I remember I got a 2-bedroom condo, and the first time I had my kids come over there after my divorce, and I started the whole visitation week and having my kids for the days I was having them. When my kids first came over in my condo, it made me so depressed because I was like, yo, I felt like they were so confined and I didn't feel good about it. And I said, yo, I got to get a house. I need a house. I can't have my kids running around in this condo and hurting themselves and it just not being a fit to raise, two children in a co-parenting setup. And I found my house. And I'm gonna be all the way blunt and straight up with it. You know what I'm saying? Like I got this house because of my kids. I got this house for my kids. Seeing my kids be here running around, it's the best feeling, you know? You know, when you have children with somebody who, at the end of the day, it shouldn't even have happened, because I should have just noticed certain things when it came to parenting, you know.
If I had an opportunity to interview Safaree, I'd want to ask him, what did you see within her personality that was different than what the public perception was? Because I can show you guys clip after clip of this chick absolutely wilding out. Now listen, there were also reality TV stars. They've had their life, their relationship documented for an audience. So I find it weird that he says something like, well, it's none of y'all business, when y'all have it documented for people to look at. But again, if there's a learning or a lesson out of all of this, it's what have you experienced within your life that allowed you to not see the forest beyond the trees of how her documented personality was going to reflect poorly within a relationship or a marriage. Men not identifying bad behavior from women is one of the things that continues to push my platform forward, because we're damn bad at it, especially if she looks good and she's got swollen hindquarters. Let's continue.
When you're with someone for 3 years and they have a child, and you probably saw the child 3 to 4 times because the child was put off to go live with somebody else. And, you kind of look past it when you don't have kids or you're not thinking about that. I never even was like, yo, why doesn't your son live here? And then when you finally get to have a conversation with the son and find out why, it's crazy. You know, imagine speaking to a child who's of age and knows what's going on. He's 16 years old. And he says, if I ever had to live with my mother, I would kill myself. I wouldn't make that up, you know? And it sucks that I gotta really just run this down because of this smear campaign and somebody who gets such a high on
destroying you,
just talking about me and picking and choosing what kids you want to, have on the forefront and get whatever extra attention you get off of it. So I kind of just looked past certain things and thought that, maybe I could help and make things better. But when you aren't with somebody and it doesn't work out and the two of you are just in a weird space and everything is a fight.
I'm gonna have to blur some of the violence that we see right here, but she's slapping him, she's pushing him, and the children are standing right the hell there. Imagine calling a man or standing up the narrative of a man being a deadbeat when behind closed doors, that's what he wants to deal with. That's what I tell so many young men on this platform. Do not believe wholeheartedly the narrative that your mother has fed you regarding your father. He left the relationship. He may not have left you, but she made it increasingly hard and or difficult for him to be around you because she would always be there. Pay attention.
Especially in front of the kids. I'm not going to subject myself to that. My kids have never, ever seen me upset. My kids have never heard me yell.
You're dead to me. Yeah, you are too. You've been dead. You've been dead more than I need you. No. Before I need you. Remember that. Nice flow, Linda. Yeah, go ahead. You too, bitch. Go ahead. Go ahead. Because your other 2 kids are going to be miserable just like you. Oh, fuck all of y'all. Go ahead. Jerk off. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. All because of you. All because of you. All because of you.
I don't argue. That's just not in me. But, on the other hand, the other side, they don't operate or think the way I do. And when I have my kids and someone is pretty much trying to police and parent and like watch every single thing I'm doing and call, oh, who's there? Well, what's going on? It's just so unhealthy, so excessive, to the point where it just creates a lot of issues. Mm-hmm. Like, you can't pick and choose when it's okay to say, okay, the kids are good. And then if we're not, in a good space, then it's an issue, I've taken my kids to Jamaica. If I was such a bad parent, nobody's gonna let a man take the kids to Jamaica by myself. I didn't have no help, and I don't want a biscuit for it. I did it, It just creates such a level of toxicity that it's better to just be like, you know what? I'm gonna deal with this through the courts, and when this thing gets sorted out how it's supposed to be sorted out, then okay, we'll figure it out. So for the past, few months, that's what I've been dealing with when it came to, looking for lawyers and just trying to figure out this whole thing, because my original standing order for this child support and the visitation and all of that, everything, it originated from Georgia. We moved to Florida. When we moved to Florida, everything has to get transferred over. It just got transferred over like this week. So now I get to find out what this new setup is going to be, because I refuse to go to her house to pick up the kids. I refuse. I'm not. It's just too unstable, too unpredictable.
Right.
And the only way I would do it is either a police precinct, or if the kids are somewhere else and I'm picking them up from there.
Yeah.
But everything is just done off of spite.
What a way to live.
And being malicious intent.
Look at this.
On the other end. Me, I don't move like that.
Crazy.
I don't live like that. When people look at me, I don't look like I'm carrying stress.
You know what's crazy about that is she did that at the house that he's currently in. Now, he just told the story that he upgraded to a house, and it made him emotional because he wanted his kids to grow up better than just in a small condo. And here she goes within the domicile, breaking things in front of the children, while at the same time claiming online that she is the victim. This is a psycho demon witch woman that will stop at nothing to prioritize her ego in lieu of everyone around her, including her children. Men, masculine men, are not designed to act like victims. It makes us disgusted to think about it. I see Safaree as somebody, we're faced with situations and we utilize our intellect as well as our resources in order to solve. But what resources do you have when the internet's against you? You being a man already put you in a precarious position when it comes to the family court system. And if you feel like if you speak out, you'll be labeled as weak. It's an odd position to be in.
I don't look like I'm losing weight. I don't look like I'm just harboring so much hate inside me that it physically begins to show. And I'm a father. I'm a grown-ass man. When I have my kids in there with me, they're under my care. They don't have nothing to worry about. So I'm not gonna have anybody acting like they need to know every single thing going on. When I was filming Love and Hip Hop, Miami, and I had my kids here, calling, oh, where the kids at? What are they doing? Oh, you better not be filming with the kids. Oh. First of all, I've never filmed with the kids ever by myself on Love and Hip Hop. They're not a part of my storyline. That doesn't make sense to me. I'm not gonna be in the park pushing the kids, playing, like, of course they wanted to see me film with them, but both parents have to sign off on that. And that wasn't happening. And the last instant of when we had a transfer with the kids, it was, she called me and said, hey, I'm in the area. I could save you a trip. I could come pick the kids up. And I'm tired and I don't want to do the drive. And it was like really like early in the morning or whatever. So I'm like, all right, cool. I let her in, lay down in the kids' room. One of the kids was in there, next to the kids was laying with me in my room. And when she gets up, she's like, she wants to have a conversation with me. I'm like, okay, let's talk. As soon as she starts talking, it's yelling, screaming, all of that. I said, yo, look, I'm not doing that. And if you can't talk to me normally in front of the kids, where the kids don't realize that we're having a discussion about something that we're not agreeing on, then I'm not having it. Oh, I don't give a half, blah, 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 all this yelling, whatever. So I'm like, okay, forget it. Just, you here, pick them up, you can leave. And in my face, all of that, blah, 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 and all that. So I'm like, all right, you don't want to leave. I call the cops. I'm on the phone with the cops. I'm telling them, hey, before this escalates, I would like police presence here because I want her to leave. Filming me calling the cops. Okay, I'm calling the cops, you're filming me. You're the one with the anger management problem just going off. So break stuff up in the house, has the kids running over glass, breaking stuff up outside.
Document, document, document.
After that,
It's a grown child. Also, he has cameras all around his crib, which can add more receipts when you face that family court judge. Take note of that. Putting cameras up in a crib is like putting insurance up in a car. It is just an insurance policy.
I was like, you know what? If I can't pick up my kids in a place that is like a drop-off point or a police precinct, I'm not picking them up because I'm not going to her house ever again in life.
So the thing is that will reflect. So she's going into the court now and she's saying he's a deadbeat. He's only seen his child 15 or 16 times in the past year. Meanwhile, she knows his terms of picking up to the children in private, but she's not going to adhere to that again because she's a demon. And now does that not only reflect poorly within the courts, but then the relationship with his kids suffer?
My daughter, she has an iPad. I'm blocked on the iPad.
Wow.
My daughter's 4 years old. She doesn't know how to block people. She doesn't even know how to text. Childish, just like BS like
wild.
that. So I'm like, okay. The next time I got my kids after that, before that, when I went and I was gonna get a restraining order because, you know, she's doing stuff like showing up in my crib, 5 o'clock in the morning, pulling out a ladder, hopping the fence.
Oh my God, what is that? Oh my God.
He's got receipts.
What is that?
Look at this crazy chick. Yo, it's not funny, but goddamn. Where'd she get a ladder from? Look at the look on her face. Oh, look at the look on her face. Pure crazy. That's deranged mixed with demented, mixed with she wants some penis, mixed with pure crazy. Insanity. She probably stole that damn ladder on the way over there. Arguing with you, screaming at you, breaking shit by day, and at night crying and wishing to be let into the house or for you to come back home. Insane.
Banging on my windows. My son's birthday party was like a month after that. No, like it was a while after that. And then when I went to the party, they said, hey, you want a restraining order, but you went to a party, she was there, so you must not be in that much fear. So I had to drop that case. And this is me having to have 2 different lawyers. So this is 2 separate lawyers for one lawyer for that, then another lawyer for this whole family court thing. And next time I got them, it was for, beginning of the summer. And I was like, yo, I'll keep the kids for the summer. Let me know. My mother, my sister's here. They love being around them. They want to be around them. That's the issue. I can't reach my daughter's iPad. Pickup situation isn't sorted out. So when I finally do get them, I sign them up for summer camp. She gets so mad at me for signing them up for summer camp. There's a summer camp by my house. She lives 40 minutes away from me. Summer camp. I'm like, cool, I got them. Let me at least do that. Because, they were here. And my mother's like, yo, you can't just be having them here playing, whatever. She was like, they need some, structure. Sign them up for summer camp. I was like, you know what? That's a good idea. I signed them up for the summer camp. I paid for it. I paid $2,000 to put them in summer camp. They went to summer camp for 3 days because she had such an issue with me putting them in summer camp by my house. And was like, why didn't I talk to her, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, I have the kids. They're under my watch and care. I want to put them in a summer camp by me. And I'm going to show y'all because this like, not just talking just to talk, but put them in summer camp. This was the first month. This is what it was supposed to do. This is what it's supposed to be. This is the schedule. Summer camp July, boom, boom, boom. The entire month. This was going to be their schedule for the entire month. This is their lunch schedule. This is one of the things she made for me in one of the days that she was in summer camp. So I'm like, okay, what's wrong with putting the kids in summer camp? And it just was such a control thing, and it created it created so much drama. Oh, drop the kids off. Oh, you putting them in summer camp. Just nothing made absolute any sense.
It's irrational.
Nothing. Like it was just such an irate, ignorant, conversation to the point where we don't even
feelings.
speak direct. Like, my house is set up for them. I got their shrine set up. This is for them. This is their area. You walk in, this is Maji's room.
Sorry, that made me pause real quick. My dad had a shrine for me as well. Now that I'm working on clearing out the family home after my father had passed away, that shrine was the most difficult thing that I had to go through and remove. It means a lot to us as children. Let's just keep going.
Ain't no deadbeat doing this. Deadbeats ain't doing this. My daughter's room is bigger than some adults' rooms. And it's just so insane to me how people just, oh yeah, you're a deadbeat. Yo, I know about real deadbeats. And this situation is all about control. This woman texted a naked picture of me to my mother and my sister.
No way.
Because she wanted.
I figure since I know your son is such a liar, and since I know he lies on me all the time to you and your daughter, just figured I would inform you, oh wow, so she sent that in the security footage that she had to what it looks like his mother. Whoa. Just because he was in another relationship. That's the type of control. And this is back in May 14th, it says. So this is not even a long time ago.
To let them know that, oh, you and your son, I'm pretty sure your son's not telling you what's really going on between us and all of this other nonsense. Okay. Me and you are still, having a relationship, and that's over with. Thank God that's over with. Like, I prayed about that, and there's absolutely nothing physical going on anymore. And you taking naked pictures,
that's revengeful,
and sending it to my mother and my sister.
That's wild.
To do what and prove what? My mother and my sister are the most least problematic people on earth. My mother's not one of those mothers. She's not like a TV mother who's here acting rah-rah and doing a bunch of ignorant nonsense. Like, my mother is so calm and zen. And anyone who knows my mother and my sister and what they do, like my sister and my mom, they are in the holistic field. Everything about them is zen, herbs, teas, spiritual. And you're sending naked pictures of me to my mother and my sister. For what? And it's like, that's the type of nonsense I have to deal with. I cannot ever pick up my kids in peace. Everything is just long and drawn out. And it's just so unfair that when a woman says something, no matter what, it's like, oh, it's the man's fault. People are like, but you didn't know. And I'm kind of like, you know what? Well, I thought I could make somebody not be
wrong, just
like as angry. But then when things just started like going sour and not working out, it just became it's just not even realistic to deal with.
Gentlemen, I know that masculine men are solution oriented. You cannot solution bad behavior unless they are greatly incentivized to do so. But that incentivization is lost a lot of times after marriage, because now you guys are locked together. What she is incentivized to behave as a girlfriend is different than what she's incentivized to behave as a married woman. Now, like I said earlier, human beings, both men and women, work off of a series of incentivizations. That's why getting married up under God is so important, because something above you incentivizes you to keep that union together, to keep performing well, to keep each other's best interest at heart, to align to a moral standards that is above you. Now, I'm not saying that most women are gonna act like shit after marriage. I'm just saying that they are less incentivized to check their irrational, bratty behavior. And if you knew that they were like that prior to marriage, then it's your fault. He has a history of dating interesting people, and really when I say interesting people, is the person right before this, I believe, was Nicki Minaj. Now, I don't follow these people's lives, so I don't really know how they are in private, but at least her public persona is crazy as hell. He's attracted, some portion or component of him is attracted to maybe women that he can fix. And there's too many women out there, feminine, beautiful, sophisticated, as well as inspirational women, feminine, soft women that would never elevate to an Erica Mena level. So he's got to do some soul searching on that. Let's continue.
I saw somebody say one time, and I totally felt it. And if you're a father, I know you could relate to this. And it's like, they're like, yo, when you're dealing with a woman who makes you being a parent, they just make it so hard. It is so draining dealing with someone who's trying to draw you out, someone who wants a reaction from you, someone who talks about you nonstop because they want a reaction. I'm not one of those people. I don't care about people liking me and caring and proving my point. Like, hey guys, look, no, this isn't true. This is what's really happening. People who know me, my mouth has been quiet for years. I don't say nothing. This it's just so draining. Like everything about it. Like her own family is going after her for child support because she doesn't do anything to help her son. So then to try to make it seem like I'm some deadbeat and I'm not trying to be there for my kids, I would love to be there for my kids.
Oh, she was a single mother?
Nice for you to get out the way. Let me be a father. Let me take my kids and go wherever I want with them. My kids are never in danger. They don't ever have to worry about nothing. This is not about money. This is not about child support. My kids love me.
Daddy! I'm gonna go to Target and get them. Yeah. I just touched my leg.
Oh, what's in the car? Take a bag. Something in
I want to go to Mommy.
Mommy missed me. She was missing you. She was looking for you.
I don't want to go to Mommy.
I just want to say, like, you know, doing shit like this don't benefit me. This don't help me. Like, I don't like this kind of attention. That's why I usually never say anything. But this thing has been going on for so long that it's like, how much longer am I gonna let Ish slide? You know, it's so much. It's just so much things to list and name. Like, I would have to sit there with a pen and pad and write down every single incident and all that. But I don't. I'm doing this one time only. Like, but it's just a lot of corny shit. All the fake Instagram pages, harassing my mother, harassing my sister. If I'm talking to a girl, all of a sudden the girl starts getting harassed from the same fake Instagram names. And it's like, yo, it takes so much energy to like be like that. And I don't have that type of energy. Even doing this right now is giving me such a headache. And I'm not the kind of person to get headaches. My head is pounding right now, just talking about all this. But, you know, at the end of the day, I'm gonna let, you know, God is gonna do what God is gonna do. And that's gonna be that. Like, this ain't no, it's not a storyline. I'm not on Love and Hip Hop. This is my real life right now. I'm tired. You know, I heard somebody one time say, like, when you go through things in life, nothing stays the same, nothing lasts forever. And that's kind of how I've been dealing with this. Like, you know, even with as long as I've, you know, not seen my kids, because, you know, whether it's right or wrong, I'm just standing on, yo, I'm not going to your house to pick up the kids. I don't, precinct or somebody from your family's house that I don't have no issue with going over there, and that's that. But like,
Hey, Lisa Ninja Turtle baby told me you have the kids. Let me know about me picking them up. I've been asking about them and trying to call. I guess that's his daughter's name on the iPad, but I must be blocked on it. Unblock me if you can on it. I know Mage doesn't know how to block me, and I'm sure you want some time to yourself. I wanted to keep them for a month, but I'm not playing any kiddie games about it. Yo, it is wild that she blocked him on to even communicate with the daughter.
I'm not putting myself in any position to crash out, potentially snap, lose my, like, come on, because there's people who be in situations like this. Everyone's not able to, like, be this cool. The shit is draining. When you get to a certain age in life, like, yo, drama and just all of this corny nonsense and fighting and
enough of
arguing on the internet, putting your personal business on the internet, on social media, to people who don't, like, yo, I don't want no one to feel sorry for me. I don't need sympathy. I don't need pity. I don't care about none of that from nobody. I know at the end of the day what's going on, and that's that. I'm just dealing with someone who doesn't deal with logic. They deal with their way or no way. And if it's not their way, you're gonna get harassed. And I don't got time. Yo, I don't care what nobody's doing. I'm not harassing you. You DMing girls that I was talking to and telling them shit and saying, it's like, yo, it's corny. Yo.
All right, listen, I'm gonna end the content right here. This looks like 4 more minutes. I believe he begins to stew around the same points for the last 4 minutes, but let me just end off and say this. I feel it when he says, I don't want sympathy tokens and points, but really what I'm trying to extract out of this is the lessons, is the learnings. So Safaree, I sent an invitation out to you. If you ever want to speak about this more in depth in a conversation format, in order to aid other men, whether it be in their decision-making processes, whether or not they should get married, the things that you've learned within this in order to pick better in the future, the things or the red flags, the key indicators that you ignored. I think it'd be very enlightening to have that conversation as we all try to go off in life and try to create the best life for us. I always tell the brothers on the channel, it is the intelligent ones that learn from their own mistakes, but it's the wise ones that can learn from the mistakes of others. So I passed the question to my audience. What do you guys think about the entirety of this situation? How do you feel as though men's names, or even if your own unique stories, how your names are represented within the media when it refers to the family court system, or not even the media, just your friends, your family group, people in and around your space? How generally was your situation taken? Let's write those comments down below so we can all learn from your situation. Last but not least, if you guys are interested in joining a men's development community, I got a free online one. Link to it down in the description box down below. Go click in, beam up, meet all the gentlemen that are up there right now, and build. All right. If this is the type of man that gets referred to as a deadbeat, then I do not know what the image of a good father is. He's got the documentation. He's got the receipts. He doesn't want to be victimized. He's just setting the record straight. But we appreciate his story so other men can learn from it and know how to choose better women going into the future. Until next time, YouTube. Peace.